Good morning, everybody out there. Ken Gonzalez here for Georgia Langevin Productions, and we have ourselves a boys under 13 2007 State Cup Championship match. We're here at the John Blanche Memorial Soccer Complex in Temecula, California. In black right there, you have the Stampede, and they're going up against the Eagles. Eagles in the white jerseys. And it's the Eagles into the backfield of the Stampede, and the first shot with the left leg towards the keeper and on a bounce. Sergio Solano with the save. So the pace of this match from the get-go looks to be pretty quick. And let's see if these 13-year-olds can keep it up. Nice day here in Temecula, a bit windy. Ball over on the far side. And it goes out on that far side. Stampede quickly putting the ball back into play. We'll get you the rosters for these squads here in just a minute. Evan Buck, the keeper there for the Eagles, you see, retrieves that ball as it goes out. So the goal kick for the Eagles. And for the Eagles, number 2 is Michael Deeks. Number 5 is Anthony Lopez. Number 6 is Diego Ortega. Number 8, Juan Garcia. Number 9, Alex Garcia. Number 10 is Andres Rodriguez. Number 11 is Fernando Hernandez. Number 13, the keeper there, Evan Buck. Number 14 is Dawson Payne. Number 15, A.J. King. Number 16 is Reed Glazer. Number 17 is Andres Mendoza. Number 20 is Ian Broderick. J.T. Hiltebren is number 21, and number 28 is Micah McDowell. Feeling a little bit muddy, you see right there at midfield. Looks like maybe a sprinkler, as it's just a little patchy, might have had a leak. Been no rain here for about a week, maybe a little longer. Ball out again, and the goal kick coming from the near side this time for the Eagles. Get you the Stampede roster here next. Number 8, Juan Garcia. The nice kick over his head right there. Garcia streaking down the near sideline. That ball is going to be off of number 15, C.J. Highland, and out, and still belongs to the Eagles. So for the Stampede, number 1 is Ash Databoy. Number 2, Cody Fisher. Number 7, Alex Valdez. Number 8, Edgar Salazar. Number 9, Danny Bautista. Number 10 is Nicky Porter. Number 11, Diego Lopez. Cross on the ground, cleared away by the Stampede, but not far enough. And finally, they will push it up across, well, try to get towards midfield anyway. And out here on the near side. So as I said, number 11 is Diego Lopez. Number 12, Brian Rodriguez. Number 13, Andrew Jones. Number 14, Brian Drulius. Number 15, C.J. Highland. Number 16, Brandon Poor. Number 22, Stephen Antimo. Number 23, Jacob Placencia. And number 24, Brian Chavez. And the keeper, Sergio Solano. So there are the rosters for these squads. We can concentrate on the match. The wind really picking up. You can see the flags. They really seem to be going every which way. So a swirling wind here, now a lot of dust. You know, we were out here last year. You can see in the background there for the development as they've started to, as the cameraman pans out there, you can see the development there on the far side, and that wasn't there last year. So I think what's happening is all the construction has produced a lot of loose soil, as you can see over there, and so the wind is really picking it up now. And being a 10:30 start, it's a little chilly out there. As you see, quite a few of the players for each squad wearing the long sleeves underneath their shirts. No score, first half, a boys or this is the boys under 13 championship match. Number 12 for the Stampede, Brian Rodriguez, runs into some trouble. You see a lot of white jerseys there. And the ball rolls out over to the far side. And quickly the Stampede will put it back into play. Ball in the circle. There's a little collision there. Referee lets him play on. Now number 11 for the Stampede, Diego Lopez down the middle. Both of these teams very quick to the ball. And I think this is going to be one of those matches that's going to take an exceptional pass play, a great setup, or just your old-fashioned mistake that will allow a team to score. And now corner kick coming from the far side, number 12. Brian Rodriguez for the Stampede. Ball is going to be, just a little bit long. He's going to hit that near post right there and come out. A huge break right there for the Eagles. Stampede down the middle and on a bounce into the hands of Evan Buck, the keeper. The wind so strong right now. Even our cameraman on his perch up there swaying in the breeze. And I've never seen it like this out here as far as swirling. Usually it goes from one side to another, changes directions. But you can definitely see the hair and the shirts and the flags. Everyone involved, basically, it's just going everywhere. Eagles into the backfield of the Stampede, number 17, Andres Mendoza. Mendoza surrounded by 3 black jerseys. Finally looks for some help, and number 16 on the far side comes over, Reed Glazer. Ball still in play, rolls out across the back line, and the goal kick for the Stampede. See the businesses that they've built back there. Perhaps homes going up on the far side over the west side of this complex. Eagles again. Number 8, Juan Garcia. He'd love to get isolated out there with his speed, and that ball's going to bounce near the keeper. It's going to come away from him. Solano. And luckily his defense was there to clear it away across midfield. Ball on the ground, shot to the net is going to be just wide. And Evan Buck will come out with the new ball and set up the goal kick. There's his teammate. Kick high into the air. The header there by the Stampede's number 12, Brian Rodriguez, keeps the ball here on the right half of the field. This weekend here in Temecula, full of soccer. As we said, 10:30 a.m. start here on Saturday, the 3rd of March, 2007. We're on field number 3. And again, number 8, Juan Garcia, tried to get there. You hear the cries from the sideline. They saw an opening there, and he'll put the ball into play on the near side. It'll be Eagles ball. Nice break. And a nice position here for them to get something going. Number 28, Micah McDowell puts the ball into play in front of the net. Can they get a shot with the header? It's going to hit the post and go in. Or are they going to say no goal? No goal. It was close. The ball was pinned. Looked like Reed Glazer with the header. The ball was pinned between the keeper there, Solano, and the post. Wow. Could have gone either way, really. And the official, the referee, said, nope, no score. You just made the save there. And so the Eagles, no argument there, no screaming from the Eagles' side. They went ahead with, or agreed with the call.
Come on, Eagles! Let's go! Hey, come up forward. Come up, wide.
Ball towards the back line. Nice stop by Garcia. Puts it into the middle. Stampede defense gets there, though. And now, number 11 with the boot across midfield, Diego Lopez. And now it's the Stampede's turn to try to put the pressure on the defense. Number 13, Andrew Jones. Shot towards the net, and it's going to be wide. Actually, it was a cross. And another center pass, the header. Buck with a nice save, but coming from the far side. Number 13, Andrew Jones, will put the ball into the back of the net for the first score of this championship match. Buck made a great effort. Saved the first one. The ball skipped away from him right there. Number 13, Andrew Jones, to put it in. So a 1-0 lead for the Stampede over the Eagles. Number 6 making up some ground for the Eagles there, Diego Ortega. On the far side, the ball is out. Still belongs to the Eagles. Ball now in the circle, now coming across again. Andrew Jones, number 13, going to be stopped right there. Sets it up in the middle, but it's taken away by the white jerseys there for the Eagles. That ball's going to be out on the far side and will belong to the Stampede, number 2. Cody Fisher puts the ball into play. And we've got an Eagles player on the ground. He gets up, though. I'm not going to say he's all right. He's in some pain, shot to the net, and Evan Buck makes a stop. And remember, I forgot to mention that. We saw him on the ground, that last score by the Stampede, where Buck made the nice save. But then on the recovery, they were able to push it through. He was a little shaken up on the ground there, but he's made a recovery and was there to make that save. Number 23, Jacob Plasencia there. Now here come the Eagles. They get the ball up to the guy who they want to get it to, Juan Garcia, number 8. Garcia with a give and go. Now here to the near side, number 11, Fernando Hernandez. Hernandez runs into some trouble. The Stampede take it away, but they can't get past Juan Garcia, number 8. Hernandez again in the middle. Ball lofted in the air. Couple of headers now. Let's see who comes down with it. Garcia, number 8, with the touch. Number 9 as well there for the Eagles, Alex Garcia. And cleared away by the Stampede. It goes out here on the near side, off the Eagles. And number 12 for the Stampede, Brian Rodriguez, puts the ball into play. Upfield to A.J. King. Actually, that's C.J. Highland, number 15 for the Stampede. And there's Evan Buck with the save and a nice strong kick. Going to be tough with those kicks with the wind, but he's got a strong enough leg where he pushed it across midfield.
Good, Mikey.
Shot to the net's going to hit the side of the net. And so a goal kick for the Eagles. But the Eagles are going to have to do something. They're allowing the Stampede to get into their backfield a little too easy here. They've allowed one score, and they've come close. The Stampede have come close, that is, to a couple of more scores. And so the Eagles need to think beyond Juan Garcia, number 8, and try to put something together with some passing to get some other people involved up front, because Garcia, although obviously very well skilled, they are keying on him, and they're putting a lot of pressure on Garcia, making it tough for him to do much out there. So they're going to have to give him some help, his Eagles teammates. Somebody else is going to have to try to shoulder a little bit of the load here, and that will allow Garcia to get free eventually and do what he can do. Trip up there, number 7, Alex Valdez for the Stampede, hits the ground. Gets up quickly, though, goes up against Juan Garcia. Garcia with a cross right there. That's going to bounce over to the far side. Number 17 runs it down. Andres Mendoza for the Eagles. So just as the Eagles try to put the ball into play on the far side, it goes right back out.
Hard, Mikey. Hard, boys. Better.
Ball outside the circle. Now fired in the left half of the field. Evan Buck waits for that one. A couple of bounces, he goes up, and he's going to be one of the more warm players out there. That's what you get when you're a keeper. You get to wear those leggings, the long sleeve jerseys, the thicker jersey with the padding, while your mates are out there in shorts and T-shirts battling this cold and wind. Shot to the net is going to be just wide. And I should say it's that cold, but when the wind is howling this much here in the morning, it's not exactly warm. And so the corner kick for the Stampede here on the near side.
Behind you, Dustin.
And all they wanted to do was put the ball into play, but the side judge saw something illegal there. And so the ball will go to the Eagles here on the near side. So a break for the Eagles. And boy, you can really feel that wind now. It'll take everything you have just to stand still. Shot towards the net. Ooh, it's going to hit the crossbar. Buck went up. Number 12 with that strong leg, Brian Rodriguez. And I thought that ball was either going to be wide or well over the net, but it hits the crossbar. Evan Buck had a keen eye on it. You saw he went up as high as he could. So he certainly didn't give up on that one. And he did get some help from that crossbar. Coming up on the 20th minute of play here of this 70-minute match. Stampede running it down. Nice job there by Rodriguez, number 12. Now coming back to the ball is teammate number 24, Brian Chavez. Stampede still controlling the ball here in the right half of the field. Eagles trail by a goal, 1-0. Ironically, they actually could have had the first score. You remember, Solano, the keeper, had pegged that ball or wedged it between himself and the near post. And the Eagles thought they had a score. The referee said, nope, he made the save. And a few minutes later, the Stampede went down to the other end and got a score of their own. Ball in the circle now, back to the left half. Towards the net, and right there, Solana, the keeper.
Come on, AJ, gotta get up. Fine. Good job. Good.
Ball across midfield. Eagles again, you see number 16, Reed Glazer there. And the ball out on the far side, and a nice break for the Eagles. They can try to mount something here deep into Stampede territory. There's a cross. Oh, it's just a little bit too strong, and Solano makes a save. Two white jerseys up front there, looking for the potential knock-in. But cleared away now by the Stampede keeper. Michael Deeks, number 2 for the Eagles, gets back on defense and clears the ball out on the far side. Really nothing else he could have done there. The only other option was to let it continue to bounce over to Evan Buck, but considering the wind here and anything else that could happen, be on the safe side and just clear it away. Buck's going to have to come out, and he gets there just in time. Clears it over to the near side. Stampede will knock it out. Handball right there. Referee lets it go. You know, we've done some games up in Lancaster. We've done some in Las Vegas. A lot of wind. And, boy, this is one of the windier days I have seen while calling a soccer match. I mean, this wind is enough to knock you right over. Ball at midfield. And finally goes out on the far side. So the free kick wasn't a goal kick, it was a free kick near the box there. That shot towards the end, that's going to be well out of play. Evan Buck. He's always got that spare ball there. Saves a lot of time. You know, a lot of keepers or a lot of teams, they don't do that. And especially here in a championship match, it just saves you a lot of time. There's a shot to the goal. Buck goes down, and it gets away from him. It was right at him, and I don't know if it hit a pothole or a rut in the grass there. And let's see, looks like number 7. Alex Valdez for the Stampede. And it is 2-0 now. Stampede over the Eagles. And now here's number 8, Juan Garcia. Garcia goes 2-on-1 with the left leg shot to the net. Deflected away by Solano and gets some help from his defenders. Kick to the shin. No call by the referee. They want to play on. Referee much too close to the action right there. He was running with these kids, and we've got an injured player here on the left side, and finally gets their attention, but should have been a penalty down here against Stampede. It should have been a nice opportunity for the Eagles. But play resumed, and now the ball all the way up to midfield, past midfield. Coming up on the 26th minute of play, so under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. 2-0 Stampede over the Eagles. Buck catch that one in his chest right there. Nice strong kick into the wind. The Stampede win it and send it back the other way. Number 9, Danny Bautista was there for the Stampede, but for the Eagles, number 15, A.J. King watches it go out, and so the goal kick for the Eagles. Stampede, they're going to have to work out of that far corner over there. Number 14, Brian Julius. And a whistle by the referee, and the ball will belong to the Eagles. Actually, I think kind of hard to get an angle here, but it looked like it just went out across that back line, so it's a goal kick for the Eagles. Evan Buck again with the stop. Again, Garcia, number 8, wants to do it himself. Moves into the middle, takes a shot to the goal, and Solano is there. Boy, that ball just comes screaming off the foot of Juan Garcia, number 8. Very strong kicker. A lot of power behind it. Solano just happened to be in the right place, and he keeps the ball on the ground there. Does Juan Garcia, as you saw that last time when Solano made the stop. It actually took a couple of tricky bounces on the ground, and Solano stayed with it almost like a shortstop or a third baseman. Taking one off a bat of a right-handed hitter, swinging for the fence, but that was just a lot of movement. Here comes the ball off the corner kick, and that ball is going to find the back of the net. Right off the corner, was deflected in, and so the third score here of the first half for the Stampede, and you can see Evan Buck there wondering just what is going on. And maybe it's that side of the field where the wind is blowing. Perhaps the Stampede getting the breaks when they change sides in the second half. We'll see if that has anything to do with it. Eagles here on the near side. Lose it up to the Stampede. Now again, they're going to attack the net. And Evan Buck comes out, makes a stop. So 3-0 Stampede over the Eagles. As we now come upon the 30th minute of play. Reed Glazer now back into the match, you see. So just about 5 minutes remaining here. 3-0 Stampede over the Eagles. And the Eagles, what they need to do, obviously, besides keep the Stampede out of the net for the remainder of the next 5 minutes, but if they could get a score of their own, get a little momentum going into halftime, that would be very nice for them. Cut into this lead. Then you only go in at halftime down by 2 scores. It's a lot better than down 3-0. I've always said this. You get down 2 scores. You can come out in that second half, pick one up, and then you've got the remainder of that half to get that tying score. Anything can happen at that point. But it's just a tough hole to climb out of when you're down 3-0. That ball is going to be carried out over the net, and so a goal kick for the Eagles. Eagles defense now a little bit quicker to the ball than they were previously. They know the pressure is on. They can't allow another score. Number 14 chasing that one down. In fact, both number 14s, Dawson Payne for the Eagles and Brian Drulius for the Stampede, battling for the ball. And Drulius will lose that battle as Dawson Payne gets his body between Drulius and the ball. And it ends up going out, and so the goal kick there for the Eagles. That long cross is going to roll out and near the flag, and let's say they're going to give a goal kick there to the Eagles. Or are they going to say it went out on the side? They're going to say it looked as though the referee put his hand out towards the net, but they say no, but went out on the far side. So perhaps the side judge on the far side, but on that far side, the side judge will stop at midfield from the left half of the field forward, so he really wasn't in a good position to see that one. Nice block in front of the net right there, keeping another score out. So the Eagles with the save. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. 3-0 Stampede over the Eagles. The whistle's going to go against the Stampede, so the free kick here for the white squad. Quickly, Julius wants to put the ball back into the field of play. And as he does, the Eagles take it away. And long upfield pass is going to be just a little bit too much, and will go out on the far side. And I have unofficially now, we've reached the 33rd minute here of the match. So approximately 2 minutes remaining. Eagles keeping the Stampede out, not allowing a shot on goal right there. Evan is there. Ball across midfield. And it's high into the air. It's going to bounce once on the ground, and the header there by Garcia, number 8. Reed Glazer gets in the way of that one. Remember, this is a Boys Under 13 championship match, 2007 State Cup here, Temecula, California. The John Blanche Memorial Soccer Complex. Ball in front of the net. Oh, takes a funny spin and bounces the Eagles' way, away from the net. Very dangerous position there. But the Eagles are able to weather that storm right there. And with just about a minute or so remaining here in the first half, let's see if they can push the ball up across midfield and get at least a shot on goal here before the end of this half. Andres Rodriguez, number 10, upfield to Glazer. Reed with a nice move, comes across midfield on the pass. Now the Eagles into the backfield of the Stampede. Maybe they will get their shot here. Garcia has it taken away. Tried to dribble off his knee, but just wasn't in the greatest of positions right there. The defender was able to clear it away from him. And again rolls in the backfield. Again scooped up there by the keeper, Evan Buck. So we'll watch the referee. That whistle could blow any moment now. 3-0 Stampede. First half of this boys under 13 championship match. Ball out here. Garcia will put it into play. He does, and there's the whistle at the end of this first half. So the Stampede have come out strong here, and as we go into halftime, they have a 3-0 lead over the Eagles. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with the second half in just a few minutes.
Look to connect and play quickly. Too slow to play today, okay? We're playing like a bunch of wolves, okay? That's the bottom line. They want this game more than we do. We didn't come out and play the energy that we needed to. And this is what's happening. We're going downwind now. It's going to be chaos for them to defend for 35 minutes. If they score 3 goals, we can score 4 or 5 goals. If we work hard enough, but if we don't want a ball, ain't going to help, okay? And we can't, if we're going to stop now, and we're not going to work hard, and we're not going to put the energy in, then it isn't worth it. Okay, we got 35 minutes right now to take control of this game. We can get those goals back going downwind. They're going to have a really, really hard time playing into the win, okay?
The more we keep fighting for every 50-50 ball, the more time that ticks. Do not let them get in a rhythm. The worst thing we can do is sit back and let them start playing and get in a rhythm. When teams get in a rhythm, they become dangerous. Deflect everything, kick it out, do whatever it takes to get them out of their rhythm. Bodies, a foul, whatever it takes to get them out of the rhythm. Make sure you continue to do that, and make sure, Nikki, you slide. Make sure, Cody, you drop down with Nikki, and make sure, CJ, you don't get ripped out of the middle too much. But while backing up the outside defender. Okay? Right. Okay? Hold the ball for us up top, guys. Hold it. I don't care what it takes. Shield, hold, lay off, dribble to the win. All right? It's very difficult, these conditions. Play the conditions. All right? Corner kick, Danny.
Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions. We're back for the start of the second half of this boys under 13 championship match. And it was the Stampede taking a 3-0 lead into halftime. And so the final 35 minutes of play is the opportunity for the Eagles to get back into this one. As I mentioned in the first half, we'll see if the wind, being on one side or the other, makes any difference because of the wind. The Stampede had a lot of luck firing off onto that net on the right half of the field. And over towards the left, you didn't see too much of the keeper, Solano. But now that Evan Buck is over on the left half and Solano's on the right, let's see if the tables will turn. And the Eagles right now want to penetrate. Juan Garcia from the corner, shot towards the net. Will go right to Solano. And I think before he took that shot, he just veered out across the back line, and he may have run out of room before he took it. So they give the goal kick to the Stampede. And Stampede, with that wind, had a little difficulty bringing the ball or clearing it up towards midfield. It goes out on the far side. And so the Eagles will put the ball into play here on the right half of the field. Towards the net, Solano comes out. And for a split second there, it looked as though he had it, then didn't have it, but he did have it. Kind of sounds funny saying that, but he went up high into the air. He looked like the ball was going to skip away from him or squib away from him, but he was able to make the catch. Ball high into the air. And you can see a definite difference in, what side of the field you want to be on. It does look as though the wind is helping the players that are streaking from left to right on your screen. Just as the Stampede were the first half. It's almost like a pool table that's not exactly straight, and kind of just all the balls roll to one corner. Almost seems like the way this playing field is everything seems to be bogged down over to the far corner on the right half of the field. Could be due to the wind. Ball cleared out on the far side. Still belongs to the Eagles. Actually, to the Stampede, I should say. The Eagles clear it out. But we have seen much more of Mr. Sergio Solano here, the keeper for the Stampede in the second half, than we did in the first half. And that may mean that the Eagles are doing a better job. Well, it does mean that, of penetrating into the backfield of the Stampede, and now here they come again. But they've really got to. Their backs are against the wall. They're down 3-0. If you're the Stampede, you kind of just want to keep things status quo. You just want to hang on here and let the clock run down, not get too crazy, take too many chances. I mean, there's that fine line between not being aggressive anymore and just keeping the ball away from your opponent. But in soccer, playing that keep-away game is a sign of being aggressive in some cases, because you've got to really have your passing game down. You've got to know where your teammates are, and you've got to protect the ball. It's just not a case of long cross-field passes and upfield passes. You've got to have some sort of a game plan there, and you're just not too concentrated with penetrating into the backfield and setting up scores, especially in a championship game with a 3-0 lead. It's not as though you're in the first or second round of a 4-day tournament where points are going to determine your seeding. You don't need to score and score and score. You've got a 3-0 lead. Just protect yourself and the ball and see what happens. And the Eagles, again, will race from left to right, but the keeper, Solano, will pick that one up. And we played 5 minutes into the 5th minute of play here in the second half, so the 40th minute of play in this 70-minute match. Near a handball right there, number 11 for the Eagles, Fernando Hernandez, but he's able to recover there, and there was no call. I don't think he actually touched the ball. It just had the illusion that he did. It was very close.
There he is again. More time to charm. More time to charm. Pressure.
Ball here to the near side and out. So the wind gusts here in the second half just as powerful as they were in the first half, but not as many of them. I mean, the wind dying down just a little bit. The 2007 State Cup coming to an end here today. Of course, they play matches. They actually added, I believe, Palm Springs. There's a complex out there where they played some games. It may have been National Cup, but there were some fields out there. Of course, Lancaster, the Lancaster National Soccer Complex out there. And here in Temecula at the John Blanche Memorial. So, you know, the venues are quite spread out. Number 24 there on the far side for the Stampede, Brian Chavez. Number 16 right at midfield, Brandon Poor, that is, for the Stampede. Now it's a Stampede with a nice passing game. I like that. Over to the far side, number 12 runs into some trouble, Brian Rodriguez. And that was, I think, A.J. King for the Eagles there on the far side with the defense. Michael Deeks there, number 2 for the Eagles, but we get a whistle. And that's going to go against the Stampede. Coming up on the 45th minute of play here in this 70-minute match. 3-0 Stampede over the Eagles. Eagles coming in, shot towards the net, and it's going to be cleared away by the Stampede defense. The Eagles couldn't get a shot on goal, but that's what they want to see right now. Some aggressive play in front of the net. Brian Rodriguez hits the ground, number 12. Might have had a little clip to the shin right there. The referee has really let things go here. I mean, not out of control, but, you know, he's letting these two teams get physical. It's a championship match. He doesn't want to decide this one. So the ball out on the far side. It's black ball. Stampede will have it. And I think with the win, it's just more difficult to attack the net here on the left side, or the left half of the field. Just below midfield. The wind picks up again. Bounces at midfield, now across. Juan Garcia, number 8. Oh, he had upfield. One of his teammates looking the wrong way. That was number 17, Andres Mendoza. Not Mendoza's fault. That shot is going to be wide of the net. Wasn't Mendoza's fault. He was streaking. The ball just fell behind him. And another nice setup attempt by the Eagles, and they do get the shot on goal. It's wide. Into the match, number 15, A.J. King. And number 5, Anthony Lopez for the Eagles. Kick up to midfield, now just below. Ball to the far side, it goes out. And it is off the Eagles, so Stampede ball. Ball rolls over to the far side and out. And number 15, A.J. King, is there for the Eagles. Ball out on the near side. Ball still in play, number 11 there, Fernando Hernandez, and it goes off Hernandez, so Stampede ball. Ball at midfield, now rolls, or actually is booted over to the backfield of the Stampede. And so the Eagles again trying to put the pressure on that defense. They trail 3-0. We've played now, come up on the 50th minute of play of this 70-minute match. So as time goes on, much more difficult for the Eagles. Number 2 with the cross right there, Michael Deeks, cleared away by the Stampede. So the Eagles have 20 minutes, but they've got to get 3 scores to tie the match. Free kick for the Stampede here. Actually, for the Eagles. And now you're getting into that time frame where, you know, it's every minute is so precious when you're down by 3. But here with 20 minutes remaining, you need to average a score every, 6 minutes and 40 seconds or so, or 35 seconds. So it's going to be difficult for the Eagles. That shot to the net, Buck with the save, but I think we had a whistle before that, and it went against the Stampede. Into the middle with the left leg, number 16, Reed Glazer. Nice play right there by, and now a little fight for the ball as Evan Buck made the stop, and no card issued. Ball belongs to the Eagles. So a corner kick coming up for the Eagles. They've got an opportunity now to put the ball into the net. The win at their back, so a little advantage here, taking the kick from this side. With the left leg, pushed out. Oh, the header is going to find its way just wide of the net. Or did it make it through? It did. The Eagles with the score on the header. And quickly, they put it back to midfield. So nice play by the Eagles. They get the score off the header. It's now 3-1. And we said you had to score every 6 minutes and 35 seconds or so, and that was just about a minute and a half ago. So now they've got, again in front of the net, and again Solano pushes it away, but again, the Eagles putting some pressure on the Stampede. And if they could get another score here, that would really be something. And a whistle there and a collision, and that's going to go against the Eagles as we've now come upon minute number 53, so 17 minutes now remaining in the match, and now they've got 8.5 minutes to spread out 2 scores. So they got the 1 score. They needed one every 6 minutes and 35 seconds. They got one, so now they got added a couple of minutes to their task, and now they've, if they can average a score every 8.5 minutes, they'll tie this match. But this is a tough Stampede squad, obviously. They've led 3-0 most of the way, and they've led the entire distance. They've led 3-0 all through the first half, and shot to the net is going to be just wide. And boy, if you're the coaching staff of the Stampede, you got to be concerned at the ease that the Eagles are penetrating your backfield now. It's 3-1 in favor of the Stampede over the Eagles. Ball rolls over to the far side, and let's see, saved by A.J. King from going out. Ball at midfield in the circle, now across to the left half of the field. Again, a lot of physical play. It goes out of the near side, and let's see, belongs to the Stampede. Stampede's defense will hold. Shot into the middle. Far side, a misfire right there. Eagles still with an opportunity. Shot to the net is going to be over the crossbar. Oh, they came close right there. They still trail 3-1, and you get the impression right now Stampede are on their heels, and they're just trying to hold on here, and there's a lot of time remaining to do that. They've got roughly 15 minutes to play. Number 14 coming out for the Eagles, Dawson Payne. Ball out here on the near side. Now towards the net, number 11, Hernandez. Fernando Hernandez take that shot, and it's going to be saved by Solano. Eagles clearing that one away. Number 21, JT Hiltebrand in on the action. Ball belongs to the Stampede on the far side. And, you know, if you're the Eagles, you trail by 2 goals. You've got roughly 12 minutes here to play. You put a lot of pressure to the backfield of the Stampede the last couple of minutes. You've got to feel like you're still in this, like you do have a shot, and they do. But the Stampede, of course, a very tough team. Both of these teams are tough. They're here in the championship match of the Boys Under 13 2007 State Cup. You don't just back into this championship match. And that ball out across the back line and will belong to the Stampede on the goal kick. Still black ball here on the near side. That ball rolls over to the far side. Number 24 there for the Stampede, trying to turn the corner. Brian Chavez runs into some trouble. And number 5 there, Anthony Lopez for the Eagles, tries to come away with it. Now the Eagles come screaming across midfield. Deeks there, number 2, but that's going to be too much and roll out across the back line. So the goal kick coming up for the Stampede once again. Now we're very close now to the 60th minute of play. So 10 minutes remaining here in this championship match. Ball across midfield in the circle now. Number 9 tried to keep it in front of him there. Alex Garcia. His teammates recover. And the Eagles still send it in the backfield of the Stampede. Let's see if they can get a shot here. Let's see what they can set up. Right down the middle. Now they're in a great position. The shot to the goal is going to be deflected by Solano. Number 17, Andres Mendoza with a shot on goal. Oh, man, if that would have gone through, it would have been a 1-goal game. With 10 minutes remaining. We're just under now. Ball back into play. Eagles are going to win it. They take it away. Quickly, they bring it up across midfield. Deeks. Now they move it here to the corner. Can they get a shot? Moving inside, pushed. Oh, the cross, just a little bit too much. That's an MLS play right there. Ball still in play and goes, saved by King, actually, from going out. And now moves into the middle of the field. Reed Glazer, number 16, battling there. Gets some help from the near side by number 5, Anthony Lopez. No giving up here for the Eagles. Juan Garcia, number 8. Tries that center. It's cleared back towards him. Teammate number 9, Alex Garcia. Again towards the net, and again Solano with the stop. Ball's going to roll to the back line. It's going to go out. And off the Eagles. So the Eagles need a break over here on this half of the field. A corner kick, something, a free kick, something in close. Solana tying his shoes, or having them tied for him there. Kick in the circle. Now across midfield into the backfield. Stampede now, they want to get out and run. And it's cleared away over to the far side and out. Still Stampede ball. And number 12, Brian Rodriguez, puts the ball back into play. The wind killing those balls right now when they move from right to left. A.J. King and number 10 there, Andres Rodriguez for the Eagles. Still black ball near the corner. Ball high into the air, and that's going to be out. And it'll be a goal kick for the White Squad. And with the wind to their backs now, Evan Buck with an opportunity to really boot this ball. And they need it. They need to get into their backfield of the Stampede here and really stay there the remainder of this match. We're coming up on the 65th minute of play, so just about 5 minutes remaining, and they're 2 goals short. Stampede getting back. So is A.J. King, though, number 15. Evan Buck scoops that one up. That's what they needed right there. A strong kick well across midfield. But the header by the Stampede, they win it and send it back to the left half of the field. I think a high kick right there. That goes against the Stampede, and the Eagles quickly want to set this up and get it going. Here to number 21 on the near side, JT Hildebrand. Hildebrand across. So ball out on the near side. Belongs to the Eagles. They trail this championship match 3-1. The Stampede on top, looking for the 2007 State Cup Boys Under 13 Championship. And they are just about 4 minutes away from achieving that goal. Again, into the backfield of the Eagles. Number 10 there, Andres Rodriguez. Stampede still controlling the ball, moving it from right to left. Chavez, number 24, looking on his teammate Diego Lopez, number 11. And the Eagles might be tiring out. Both teams tired now. They've given it their all for the last 66 minutes of this 70-minute match here, 4 to go. It has just been non-stop. Both of these squads going full bore up and down the field. Should be Eagle ball here on the near side, and it is. Number 16 to put it into play, Reed Glazer. Throw comes into the middle of the field. Number 5, Lopez, over to the far side with it. And it goes out across the back line. Little header. They're coming in deep. Can they get a shot with the left leg? Solano with the save. That one towards it in again, and they just can't push it through. The defense comes through for the Stampede. Oh, so close were the Eagles right there to putting their second goal in. But a nice job, Solano, with the initial deflection, then his defense helping out. And that would have been something right there if the Eagles could have gotten that score, because then they would have had about 3 minutes to tie. Hard collision there. At this point, the referee's going to let it go. Ball out on the far side, still belongs to the Eagles. There's Juan Garcia, number 8, and he's just been covered like glue. Or they've been stuck on him like glue. The defenders for the Stampede have been all over Juan Garcia today. And now he's going to have the free kick. Deeks is there, number 2, and it's going to be Michael Deeks. In front of the net, Solano with another save. He's been great in front of the net today. Well, you can't say it. If you're an Eagle, you can't say that you didn't have your opportunities here in the second half. Just some nice defense by the Stampede, but you did get your looks. You got one score, came close on a couple of others, but some nice plays by Solano and the defenders there kept you out. So much better played game in the second half than the first half for the Eagles. 3 goals in the first half for the Stampede, 1 here for the Eagles in the second half. That's been all the scoring, and the Eagles have kept the Stampede out of the net here in the second half. And unofficially now, I have hit the 70th minute of play here in this match, so the referee at any time is going to blow that whistle. You may have another minute of extra time. Eagles trying to break through, but nobody up front there. And so a goal kick for the Stampede. Actually, last touch by the Stampede, so a corner for the Eagles, number 9, Alex Garcia. Garcia keeps it on the ground. Shot to the net, and oh, it's going to hit the side of the net. Oh, the Eagles came close right there. May have been their last opportunity of the match. And there's the whistle and the end of this boys under 13 championship match here in Temecula, California. And your 2007 State Cup champions, boys under 13, are the FC Stampede Black as they defeat the Eagles today 3-1. Great game, very fast game, a lot of skill out there. 3 goals in the first half for the Stampede. The Eagles kept them off the scoreboard in the second half. They scored one of their own, but just not enough. Ken Gonzalez here for George Langevin Productions. We hope you enjoyed this match. It was my pleasure to bring it to you. Again, the final score, 3-1, Stampede over the Eagles in the Stampede, your 2007 Boys Under 13 Champions State Cup. And until we see you again, be safe and have a great day, everybody.
like to thank you for participating in the 2007 Cal South State Cup Tournament. Both teams need to be congratulated because out of the 90 teams that are entered in the State Cup, you two managed to become the final 2 out of 90. That's a pretty good recognition, so congratulations to both teams. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. Just want to say, obviously, congratulations to you guys on a great run through State Cup. Congratulations on the game today and winning State Cup. Congratulations to Stampede. Just want to say, you know, all in all, I'm really, really proud of you guys. We as they said, we started with 90 some odd teams, and we got to the final 2. And conditions weren't the greatest today, but we went out there and had a pretty good game, and the better team won today. And you know, all we could do is build from this and look to build on this for the future. But all in all, I'm very, very proud. I'd like to thank just a couple of people before I start. Ed, if Ed could step out. I don't know if we could do this without Ed and all his help and everything that he does. And I think we just owe him a round of applause for all the efforts and stuff he does to make this possible. Obviously, I'd like to thank your parents for giving me the opportunity to coach your kids and be part of this. And I enjoy working them on a daily basis, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. You guys clap for them. And finally, I just want to thank all you guys, you know, your effort and everything that you put through this year. You guys have done a really great job. And finally, thanks to Cal South for putting on such a great tournament and putting on and keeping it so organized. Without Cal South, we couldn't do all this. So thank you to you guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Right now, I'm just going to call you up one by one and give you a medal. First one is Ian Broderick. Shake my hand, Ian. Very good. Andres Rodriguez. AJ. Evan. Fernando. Good job. Alex. Congrats. JT. Congrats, good job. Micah. Now once in a while, huh? Doesn't hurt to smile. Good job. Mikey. Great job. Dawson. Anthony. Reed. Good job. Andres. Juan. And Diego. All right, thank you. And Ed, where's Ed? Come on, Ed. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
One more, Coach.
Oh,
Congratulations to you and your team.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, now I'd like to call up the coach of the championship Stampede. Congratulations, Coach. Go ahead.
Guys, obviously, wonderful job. Let me say thanks to the Eagles first. You guys were a great team, great match. Fortunately, we had the win with us the first half, and we went ahead 3-0. Then I can make some adjustments to keep it that way. So, great game, great heart. You guys never stopped fighting. We were very worried at the end there. So, great job, Eagles. Give them a hand. Good job. I'd like to thank the parents. Awesome. Dan, wonderful job all year. And boys, I mean, from where you've come from throughout the beginning of the year till now, it took a while for us to gel, but we gelled at the right time, obviously. You guys did a wonderful job. You guys are all great kids. You all worked hard together. You all worked hard and deserve this. Everyone was a part from minute one of the first season to the end. And we had a lot of good times. It was a fun time, and enjoy this. It's a special moment. Enjoy it, okay? Good job, boys. Excellent. Thanks, Cal South, for putting this on. Great stuff. Obviously, like you said, 90 teams, and these are the top 2 teams left, and Stampede, we won it, so great job, buddy. All right. I'll go ahead and call. Come on. AJ. Good job, AJ. Brian Chavez. Edgar. Brandon. Jacob. Cody. Ash. CJ. Brian. Good job. Alex. Danny. Taught me. Sergio. Diego. Brian Rodriguez. Great job. Dan. Oh, wait, sorry, Nikki. Should I get you first?
Dad's like, okay, now.
Oh, they're gone.
Once you go to Brandon.
Dan.
Once you go to Brandon.
Thank you.
All right, we did it.
One for me, please. That'd be great.
Coach, from Nike, I didn't have a pump to blow it up.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Devin went to, he had another game.
That's for whatever you want to use it for.
Okay.
That's the president of Nike.
Perfect.
Championship t-shirts.
T-shirts, guys. Pass them out.
And what you've worked so hard for, Coach, congratulations.
Yeah. Here you go, boys.
Yeah.